What's up, y'all? My name is Andre Hopkins, also known as Entre Interview, and today I'm joined here by EG Supamen. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Andre?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Excited to be back in the swing of things. Excited to get this interview going. So let's just get right into it. So, just first question: what have you kind of been doing in your time away from the game, just outside of the game? Just in your kind of personal time.
Yeah, so after this last stage and EWC qualifiers, we had a little short break. So I was able to go fly back home to Iowa, visit the family, took the time to like reset a little bit, it was a tough season. But after that little trip, visiting the family and friends, I'm back.
I mean, how was just the kind of time away, being able to be just kind of be disconnected from the whole competitive, 24/7 go go go. It feels like just kind
Mhm.
of what has that time away done for you as a player, just mentally, physically?
Honestly, it's just when it's grind time, I kind of isolate myself from like everyone, like from my family and friends and stuff like that. I kind of just, do my own thing, just zoned in. But the little break that I had, it made me realize that how much I needed it. Just having that close group of people that I can always rely on, having my backs and always there for me, no matter what. I think that really helped me reset my mental going into this next stage.
I mean, happy to hear that. I mean, it's always good to be able to just get some time away, be able to chill. I mean, as much as I've been wanting to have the VCT, back doing these, it's just been nice to have some time, just kind of disconnect from everything,
100%.
be able to just take some time, take a break, reset. So, with kind of more time to gel with the new signings you guys had at the end of stage one with Zerona and Paincakes, I mean, just how's it been playing with them and how have you gotten to know them personally?
Honestly, they're great, they're great. I think I've said this a lot to I know about my past teammates anyway, but I feel like we gel pretty quickly. Even though, I've never played with these guys before, they came up, they kind of just slotted in right away and right into the system and we got it going. Um, I mean, they're both really talented, as you already, can tell from the last game against Crew, and also like during the EWC qualifiers. They're cracked, man. These guys are insane, hard workers.
Yeah, I was gonna say lots to build off of just from that first crew performance. I mean, with you, even with you guys just kind of being right there. I mean, that's the last time I
Mhm.
talked to you was right after that crew game happened. So
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
excited to see you guys continue to build off that momentum you had, and hopefully you can carry that just kind of into stage two. So just a couple fan questions here. You're a very popular guy. From what I see here, I got three of them here. So, first question: we saw you kind of playing a Jett for one or two maps during kind of the EWC qualifiers. What was the kind of process behind that comp, or was it just kind of a one-off thing?
I think we were just, limit testing a little bit, experimenting during the EWC qualifiers. The thing about Jet is that like I've had conversations with coach like Potter. And like that's my TDM agent, you know what I mean? So when I'm playing TDMs, like that's the agent I'm locked in on always, and I'm just kind of like just shut off my brain, just kill everyone. Kind of like, just like a TDM, like a DM, I'm just having my own DM session. I'm not worried about like supporting my teammates and stuff like that. So we kind of just experimenting with that a little bit where like I was trying to be more selfish, I guess. Completely opposite from my role, right? Like I'm a supporting I'm a support player. So I'm like a selfless teammate, but I'm trying to find the balance between, being selfish and also selfless at the same time. So I feel like putting me on Jet for that in scrims and during that time, it kind of like helped me balance between the selflessness and the selfishness, in actual games.
Do you think that kind of little bit of time, like you said, playing on the Jet, being able to like learn? Do you think you've kind of learned a little bit more about when you should kind of play for yourself versus help your teammates?
Oh, 100%, yeah. I mean, even though I only play for that game, like I wish that, um, who knows, maybe in stage two, you might see me pull out a Jet another time, but I wish that, that I had a different game. I feel like for that game, it was like kind of my warm-up game, like my first Jet map ever in like, in all of my career actually in pro play. Never played Jet before in the game, so I feel like that didn't really showcase my true Jet potential, you know what I mean? Um, in scrims, I was dominating. That's all I'm saying, But yeah, first map jitters, and then going to that second and third map in that series, I remember, I went back to my usual roles, Astra, Omen, or in Viper, and I was just like frying. So
I mean, we kind of talked a little bit about in the last time, just with the signing of Zerona, him kind of moving more towards the Viper, you moving more towards the kind of Omen Astra role, and you talked a little bit about just kind of need to readjust to playing that role. I mean, just how have you kind of readjusted in your time off to playing that role, and how did it play differently from the Viper?
I'm more with the pack now. It's just it feels natural for me, honestly. Having played both, Omen and Viper, right? Viper more kind of like a lurky role, on the other side of the map. You're always alone playing off of info and stuff like that. Now I'm in the pack, whereas like I'm getting being fed info from my my Viper. So Zerona, for example, if he's playing Viper, he's feeding us the info, and then we're acting on that info. So it's like knowing, having played both roles, I know um in game anyway, like when we should be, do reacting a certain way and stuff like that. So I feel like it's getting pretty good.
Okay, and then so towards the beginning of the season, we saw you and DG's in kind of on a crazy kind of tear. You guys just both insanely fragging out. Do you feel a kind of different kind of mentality when you're playing insanely well like that versus kind of your average, usual kind of play?
Honestly, I mean, when I'm on a heater, it's it's like when I'm on a heater, it feels amazing. Everything is like flowing and stuff like that. But when I'm out having like more of like a slower game, I'm kind of like, okay, I have to take a step back and be like, okay, what can I do to help my team win? It's like, okay, I'm not killing people. Okay, what else can I do to help us win this round or this game? So like I kind of like I think that's the thing that between me being on heater and me, having a much more slower game is that I have to think more about the different things that I can do to help my team win.
Okay, and then kind of a fan question bouncing off of that. Just is there anything you did during the break just to kind of ensure more of a like a consistent level of play that you can kind of play at that level all the time?
I think for me, it's just like leaning into my, like the consistency is like something that I've been, battling with like my entire career. I feel like, um so going to the stage, I started to not juggle, everything at once. I feel like, like I have a lot of responsibilities and stuff like that, but now it's more of like delegating those responsibilities to different players on the team, right? We have a team of five, instead of like doing having to micromanage or like a lot of the things, I can just like delegate it to the other players on the team. And now I'm more focused on my gameplay and stuff like that. So I feel like it's been helping me a lot.
And then more of a lighthearted fan question here. Did you have a favorite childhood cartoon character, and who is it?
Favorite um Goku. I mean, I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, so like Goku is like, one of my like all-time favorites, I feel like.
One of the goats. You can never go wrong with that pick. I mean,
100%.
you gotta go. And honestly, I can't even sit here and lie. I never watched Dragon Ball Z as a kid. I was always more of a Pokemon kind of Digimon. I loved
Okay. I
Digimon when I was a
mean,
kid. Digimon was goaded.
yeah, it was I mean, I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, and then I just stopped, watching cartoons as I grew. I found video games, and that's all I focus on. So literally games, school, and that's it.
I mean, hey, grind don't stop, right? Grind never
Yes, sir.
stops
Grind
out
don't
here.
stop.
And then, so last few questions here. Just upcoming game versus Envy with some of the kind of roster changes they've had to make, which I don't think some of them are just rumored, not announced yet. Just how do you feel going into that game coming up?
I feel very, very confident. Like after this off season, we've had some time now to work with our new additions. Jake and Jay, Zerona and Pancakes. I feel very confident going into this game. I feel like this is our game to lose. If anything, um, we should we should be winning this without any doubt.
Okay. And then just a last question here. Do you have any words for the EG fans before stage two?
Yeah, I mean, thank you guys for supporting us, like through thick and thin. I mean, it's been a long season, tough season last season. And this season, I know that we're behind. We haven't gotten any VCT points on the board. But know this, like we're hungry, and we're gonna show that going into the season.
I'm excited to see it. So man, thank you very much for your time and good luck to you and EG in stage two and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Andre. I'll see you next time, man.
See you next time.